When someone causes you harm, how does the legal system determine what that harm is worth? Understanding legal damages is crucial whether you're considering a lawsuit or defending against one. Legal damages are the compensation provided to a person or entity that has suffered harm or loss due to the actions or omissions of another party. For damages to be awarded, one party must actually suffer harm before compensation can be paid. Consider this example. Stan contracted with Joe to purchase his boat for $400. Joe decides not to sell his boat to Stan, but instead offers him an even better boat for the same price. While Stan experienced a breach of contract, he didn't suffer any financial harm, so he cannot collect damages despite the breach. It's important to distinguish damages from other legal concepts. Damages quantify the financial extent of harm suffered by a plaintiff, while costs refer to the expenses incurred from filing a lawsuit. Damages are also different from verdicts, which are the final decisions handed down by a jury. The purpose of damages in most civil cases is to restore injured parties to the position they were in before suffering harm. They are primarily remedial rather than punitive, though punitive damages can be awarded in certain cases of egregious conduct. Proving damages can be challenging. Before receiving compensation, a plaintiff must demonstrate they sustained an injury recognized by law as requiring redress. This becomes particularly difficult in cases like medical malpractice. If a physician missed symptoms of an illness, the plaintiff must prove that this negligence directly caused additional harm beyond what the illness itself would have caused. Legal damages come in several forms. Compensatory damages are the most common and include compensation for property damage, lost income, and medical care. These aim to restore the losses suffered by the plaintiff due to the defendant's wrongful conduct. Consequential damages may be awarded when the loss suffered isn't caused directly by the defendant's action, but results from its effects. While damages must be tangible, determining exact amounts can be difficult, especially for emotional distress, pain, and suffering. Courts may also award punitive damages to punish particularly egregious behavior and deter future misconduct. Nominal damages, often a small symbolic amount like $1, are granted when a legal wrong occurred but didn't result in significant harm. Liquidated damages are predetermined amounts set in contracts to be paid if a breach occurs. When calculating damages, courts consider both economic losses like medical bills and repair costs, and non-economic damages such as emotional distress or loss of enjoyment of life. Plaintiffs have a duty to mitigate damages by taking reasonable steps to reduce their losses. Several challenges can complicate the recovery of legal damages. Causation disputes arise when defendants argue that other factors cause the harm. Courts generally won't award damages for speculative future losses unless they're reasonably certain. Contractual limitations may cap recoverable damages, and in personal injury cases, the plaintiff's own negligence might reduce their compensation. Real-world examples help illustrate legal damages in practice. In breach of contract cases, a contractor failing to complete a job might owe damages for the client's financial losses. Personal injury scenarios like car accidents can result in compensation for medical expenses, lost income, and pain. Defamation cases might award damages for harm to reputation leading to lost business opportunities. Understanding the types of damages available and how they're calculated is essential for anyone involved in a legal dispute. While the legal system aims to make injured parties whole again through financial compensation, the process of proving and quantifying damages requires careful documentation and often expert testimony. Legal damages serve as the primary remedy in our civil justice system, providing a mechanism to address wrongs and restore balance when harm occurs. By compensating victims for their losses, the law acknowledges that while money cannot undo all harm, it remains our best available tool for addressing the consequences of wrongful actions.